we move on to my favorite bosses in Kingdom Hearts, we had to look at my least favorite bosses. Now, before we begin, I want to give a quick shout out to Plushie Studios, the person who made this thumbnail and the person who told me that every time I do one of these videos, I have to give him a shout out. So there you go. Link will be to his channel in the description. But anyway, let's talk about bosses in Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts has a lot of good bosses, but at the same time, it has crappy bosses. So today I'm looking over my least favorite bosses. Now, let's set some ground rules. First off, I will not be including any bosses from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2 A Fragmentary Passage. Why? Because every boss in that game is pretty much Demon Tide, which is pretty much a large sum of Heartless gathering together, and a boss against Darkseid, and we all know how easy that boss is. Also, I will not be including any secret bosses, so that means Mysterious Figure. Figure got off lucky this time around. Also, this is just from my experiences alone, so if your least favorite boss isn't on here, then I'm truly sorry. But anyway, let's move on to the list with number 10. Well, it's a boss from Kingdom Hearts 1. Now, Kingdom Hearts 1 is not a bad game. It is a good game, it has a lot of good bosses, but at the same time, it has a lot of bad ones. I think it has an okay mix of good and bad bosses, and the first on the list goes to Giant Ursula. This boss just really ticks me off. First off, here's the thing. You cannot use the guard command, which really bothers me, since you're swimming, and the only time swimming controls are fun when you get the dolphin kick. But here's the thing. You get the dolphin kick almost when pretty much 80% of the world is finished. So that means the dolphin kick is a good ability, but still. Second off, here's the thing. Giant Ursula has a large sum of magic range attacks. In fact, even when you're trying to attack her, and even when she's like, there are spells always raining down on you, and that will take off a good chunk of your health. And also the fact that you probably won't have, because here's the thing, if you're like me and chose the Dream Sword, well, you won't have Leaf Bracer at this point in the game. So that means you're going to have to grind to level 68. Not good game design in my opinion, but still. Well, also the fact that the location sucks due to the underwater mechanics I already explained earlier. And also the damage of her attacks is frequent and big. This is a major problem with Ursula in general. Her boss is not very good and it's not very fun. Number 9. This is another boss from Kingdom Hearts 1, but which boss could it be? Which boss could it possibly be? Yep, that's right, the Trick Master. Now, here's a major problem with this boss, and it's a major problem with Kingdom Hearts 1 in general, with the jumping. Sorry about that. Now you're probably wondering, what about Xigbar's boss battle? And on Kingdom Hearts 2, you have to jump a lot in that boss battle. Well, here's the difference. With Xigbar, at least in that game, with the time that they spent with that game, like that game came out like 4 years after the first one, they had much more time with the whole jumping mechanics, so it was a lot better in that game. But here, the jumping doesn't feel that good, so yeah. Also, here's the thing. Wonderland is probably the first world you'll go to in the entire, like probably the first Disney world you'll go to, so you're not exactly at your highest. Also, the fact that you can only use about 1 or 2 spells. Actually, no, 1 spell unless you went and got all of the boxes for the Queen of Hearts. So, yeah. Also, doesn't help the fact that when you're trying to fight him, and you're trying to jump off to get some combos, he can destroy the table, meaning that you're going to have to wait a long time or trying to get up the other stuff in order to attack him. It's really boring and it gets really annoying. And also about the whole magic stuff, here's the thing. If you have fire, well, fire does a decent enough damage against him, but here's the problem. Fire's a homing magic in the first game, practically in the entire franchise, but here's the thing, if it hits his batons, they will light up on fire and they will instantly give him more hits for fireballs. That's a massive problem with this boss battle, why I hate it so dang much. The only thing saving grace of this battle is his design, since it does look pretty cool for a Wonderland boss. But still, with that being said, let's go on to number 8, shall we? Now I'll fully admit, I like Dream Drop Distance. It's a fun game and I really recommend it. But I'll admit it does have some problems with the story. And some of the worlds are fun, like Symphony of Sorcery, but I'll admit the bosses on the other hand aren't very good. One of these examples being number 8 on this list, Wargoyle. Oh boy, now I've already explained in detail why the Lucidia Clock sucks, but this boss was just another icing on the cake on why this level is bad. First off, you don't get to fight Frollo. Yes, You don't get to fight one of the greatest villains ever invented. Instead, you get to fight a rainbow candy fruit bat. Now, Josh Scorcher has already ranted about this boss before, so I'll try to keep it brief since I think he does it better than me. Here's the problem. See, this is, like with Trickmaster, this boss is very early on, so you're not exactly at the highest level yet. And he'll pound you to death when you're performing full slow motion, and you aren't invincible, so that means he will likely beat you to death, and you'll instantly lose. Also doesn't help the fact that when you're playing as Riku, you are trying to use these things flying in the air, I guess, and they're not fun at all. This battle was just disappointing in my opinion, and it comes from a disappointing level in a good game. Anyway, let's move on to number 7. Okay, if you want to ask me which is the only Kingdom Hearts game I consider to be bad, well, it's Recoded. Dear God Almighty, this game sucks. This game is a waste of time, and if you ever played it, you know how bad it is. This game is pointless, and other than its last few cutscenes, this game really doesn't serve any purpose to the overall story. In fact, the plot is basically Jiminy's journal. Wait, what? This makes no sense. And they literally made an entire game of something that was in Kingdom Hearts 2 called Thank Naminé. But still, let's talk about the final boss, Data Roxas. No, not the emotional boss battle from Kingdom Hearts 2. We get this guy as a final boss. And oh boy, does it suck. Not the worst final boss in the series, we'll get to him later, but one of the worst. Here's the thing. Kingdom Hearts 358, Recoded was kind of decent in terms of difficulty, until this boss, where they completely threw that out right out the window. No, seriously, this guy attacks hard, and he can downgrade your level, and he has next to invincible attacks. And the worst insulting thing is that they try to make you feel bad for Data Roxas. Well, I'm sorry, game. Unlike the original Roxas that had a depressing backstory, and I actually felt sympathy for, this boss is a terrible example of what made Roxas such a good character in the first place. But seriously, this game just didn't need to exist, and neither did this boss battle need to exist. Okay, let's finish part 1 off with a boss from Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, I love Kingdom Hearts 2. It's a fantastic masterpiece, and it's one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. And the boss battles are easily the best roster in the entire series. Seriously, there is barely any boss I consider not fun. But there are 2 exceptions to this. One is Genie Jafar, that is on the list, and the other is... Now, I'll fully admit, I like Demyx as a character. In terms of character, he's one of my personal favorites in the series. But in terms of boss fights, oh boy, this boss has so many problems. First top annoying problem is, of course, his attacks. He has homing bubbles, and also he's able to have whenever he slams down the guitar, your entire pillars will show up, which will do a lot of damage to you. Now that's a lot of damage. Also, then there's the worst part about this battle. That, of course, being the infamous Dance Water Dance. This attack is annoying. It's a time limit attack, which is really annoying. This is a hack and slash game. And you want to know what gets even worse? The fact that in the data battle against him, you literally, at one point, have to destroy 99 water clones in 30 seconds. That infuriates me. But the only reason it's not higher on the list is due to the fact that I like his character. But other than that, I despise this boss, and I hate it every time I have to go against him in Kingdom Hearts 2. Well, that's over this part of the list. See y'all later when I count down the remaining 5. Bye.